All right, we are now here live. This is Mike. I'm the coach. This is the MDM show. That's the way it's supposed to go. We have a special guest here today. We had to do an emergency MDM show because we got one coming on later on tonight at 5:30. But I got a good buddy here that is an offer for you. So I'm gonna see if I can get him. He's just backstage here. Let's see if I can find him here, you guys. There he is.
Hey,
There's
how's it going,
Mr.
Coach?
Matthew MacAulay. How's it going, buddy?
Doing quite well. How about you?
Excellent, excellent. Good to see you as always. So, um, Matthew MacAulay, he is the all-star long snapper for the Regina Thunder Football Club here in Regina, and he has an offer here for you. We'll get into that right away. He's got an offer for you down here. I got it down here in the ticker that he's putting on a long snapping camp because, again, he's an all-star long snapper. He's a celebrity here in Regina with the Regina Thunder. So if any of you young guys out there in grade 7, 8, grade 6 that are interested in long snapping, high school, he's taken 6 guys. So you guys better hurry up. He's only got 6 spots open. So you guys better hurry up. Get a hold of him as soon as possible on Facebook or give him a call if you got his phone number or text him or get a hold of him somehow because he's putting on a camp coming up here. When is it, Matthew? On the 7th? November 7th?
Yep, November 7th, we start on that Friday,
Yeah,
and all
November
the way up
7th.
till December 19th.
And when are you doing it in the afternoon? Is it outdoor or indoor or?
We're doing indoors, just at the Thunder Clubhouse there. I noticed watching a few high school tapes and a few RMF games this season. I noticed a lot of them snap at 10 to 12 yards.
Oh
The
yeah.
Thunder's locker room cross is 12 yards, so it actually works out pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're running at the Thunder Clubhouse at from 5:30 to 6:30 every Tuesday and Friday between November 7th to December 19th. Yeah, and it's gonna be a great time. You learn some new skills, learn how to snap faster, new grip, and just become a better football player in general.
Yeah, definitely. So again, you guys out there, kids, parents, if you're watching this, you got kids here in Regina that want to learn how to long snap, and we'll talk about the special skills that go along with it. And I'm no stranger to the long snapping community because I got a pretty good story that I can help Matthew out here and tell you guys what it's all about. But yeah, and you get to go to the Thunder Clubhouse. So you guys in high school or you're in elementary school right now, you get to hang out with a celebrity here, all-star long snapper Matthew MacAulay at the Thunder Clubhouse, which would be pretty cool. Anything else on that before you got a story? I got a story about long snapping that might help the viewers. Any stories about long? How did you get into long snapping, Matthew? How did you get into it, and when did you
I
start?
got into long snapping. So yeah, as a kid, I was a pretty chunky kid growing up. I remember my first year of flag football. Like, oh, who knows how to snap? I remember my dad were in the backyard. He goes, "I'm gonna teach you how to snap." He's like, kind of bend your knees, get the ball snap. So I kind of like played center through what you call it, flag football here, and then kind
Yeah,
of got into tackle football. I remember the first year it was I want to say it's Pee Wee ball or either Adam or Pee Wee ball, you start long snapping, and the coaches go, "Well, McCall, you've been snapping for the last how many years you've been playing? Do you know how to long snap?" I'm like, "I'll give it a shot." So I actually searched up a video of a guy at Harvard University teaching how to long snap, kind of followed his steps and just started snapping. And I was kind of just long snap from there all the way up to high school and kept grinding at it, worked on some new things. Hung out with some older long snappers like me and the guy I give lots of credit to is Nikolai Sauer. He taught me how to long snap pretty good. And then you call even last year got to work with Jorgen Hughes, the snapper of the Riders, and Riley Pickett.
cool.
They taught me a few new things. And yeah, and then there's a coach down south, Kyle Settler's his name. Had a few Zoom calls with him, learn how to snap, and that's kind of my history right there. Just worked on it
Wow.
every single year.
Yeah, repetition is the mother of skill and the father of learning. So it sounds like you have a lot of repetitions in. So again, anybody that wants to learn the special skill of long snapping, and we'll get into a little bit later as to what it can do for you. So how do you set your goal? Do you set any goals towards long snapping? Because I know you guys set goals with the Regina Thunder. You set team goals and individual goals. So how do you set your goals toward long snapping when you're in game situations or even in practice?
What do you call it? Yeah, every single Wednesday, it's a day one practice. We have to fill out these sheets, and I put in my goals. I want to be in the game, I want to snap in the strike zone. So my strike zone for with Sean Green at least was his upper knee to all the way to his hip sort of area.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want in the game, I want it to be 90% snaps right there. Always falling through with my arms,
Yeah.
whatever, in my hands, and then just getting that good spiral and always 100% on snaps. Where that's kind of like my three main goals when I address those situations of my goals of snapping, and then maybe run downfield and make a tackle too. I put that in there from time to time.
Yeah, that's cool. It's almost like a pitcher in baseball. Speaking of baseball, the Blue Jays got one more game here to win the World Series, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you have to kind of like you have to line up. You mentioned the strike zone, so you got if you have a tall or short kicker on punts, you have to make sure you get it in where they can catch it pretty good. And then you have to worry about guys lining up in front of you and teeing off on you because I remember when I was snapping, they would do that sometimes. So you have to be very emotionally and mentally present and aware and shut off all the extra noise. Do you ever long snap with guys trying to like music in front of you, yelling at you, screaming at you, or pretending to hit you or anything like that to kind of get your brain and your mental capacity all down? Do you ever do anything like that?
Oh yeah, like during every single day three practice on Fridays, they get the whole entire team. They go right behind the whole entire field goal unit, and they're screaming nonstop. It gets pretty loud. It feels like you're playing at a D1
Yeah.
school with how loud it is. And then they'll even get some guys in front of me, just some taunting. They'll just taunt me and like try to say things that try to throw you off guard. And they even had yeah, so like practice lots of that, and then even like for prepping for a rainy game, I'll get one of our coaches, Brett Strong. He'll get water, he'll spray it on my hands and stuff with the water ball, spray on my hands while I'm snapping, so I get used to that
Wow.
the rain and the wetness, so I can have a better grip on the ball and learn how to do that right.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, when I did it, you prepared way more more than I did when I did it for sure. That's pretty sweet. And then how do you line up? Like do you worry about anybody like blocking anybody or anybody coming at you to hit you while you're snapping on punts and field goals or do your guys kind of look after those guys when they squeeze down or how do you worry about that or do you even think about that when you're snapping the ball?
I like honestly, all of last year I didn't never thought about it much, and then going into this year, trying to find like, especially going to like the last few weeks because the Edmonton Huskies and Hilltop send a lot of pressure on the long snappers. So
Yeah.
these last few weeks of our season, I really worked on practices like snap, try to backpedal, or even do a side shuffle and go around one of the guards so I can run down, and then they'll have to try to chase me or try to
Yeah.
bubble around, and just saves more time for me to get downfield and like just working smarter, not harder, not getting hit every single play, So kind of worked on a few of those things. Just
Yeah.
yeah, backpedaling after snaps for sure is a big thing.
Wow, because that's amazing. Because I remember when I did it back in the '90s. Because it's like I got guys hitting me, so I'm telling my guards and my coaches like I have to focus on long snapping. I'm just gonna like take a step and make myself big, and then because so nobody can go through me or in me. It's like I need my guys to kind of press down, and yeah, and I got teed off a couple times, and it kind of pisses you off. So then, yeah, I played better when I got pissed off, but yeah, I definitely used my guys, but you got way more technique and what not than I had when I was doing it, which is pretty cool. Do you mind if I tell this story about the long snapping of again, this is for you guys out there. I'm going to tell you a story because Matthew's got an offer. He's got an unbelievable offer to help you guys with your long snapping. So if you're on the fence and you think maybe I should, it's a gateway and it's a special skill and it'll be able to help you guys not only learn the game of football, but it's a special skill that a lot of people just don't want to do. And I'll tell you my story about it. So I started my real football career in like grade 10, but I didn't know I played in the schoolyard, we played at recess, we played after school, we played at night, just tackle football in the park back then, but no real organized football. So in grade 10, I decided I was going to play football. I was 150 pounds soaking wet, so I wasn't that big. And then I remember we didn't have a coach. We barely had a team. We were losing every game at Belfort Collegiate. So they're kind of starting from scratch. So they asked who wanted to long snap, and not one person. I'm looking around. Nobody's putting up their hand to long snap. It's like, well, okay, I'll do it. So I put my hand up to long snap in grade 10, not having a clue of how I was going to do this. I didn't have a clue. But then my brother put up his hand to be the punter. So that was nice. I got to punt. I got to snap to my to my brother. He's in grade 12 and I was in grade 10, which was kind of cool. So then from there, our coach, a lot of accolades to the coach because he brought our program up from no wins, barely any equipment, to no program, no structure, nothing. And then we lost every game the first year. We won 2 games the second year in my grade 11. Grade 12, we won 4 games and we went to the city final, but we lost to Tom, which is fine. And then from there, my coach helped me out with a whole bunch of stuff, but I had to put in the practice. Obviously, I had to put in the time. I had to go in the weight room and do an extracurricular activity. So I barely made the Rams. So I made the Regina Rams back in 1993, dating myself here a little bit. And I did not make it as a long snapper because I played long snapper, linebacker, and center. So I played both ways back in high school because that's what they did. We didn't have a lot of players back then. And then I barely made it as a rookie with the Regina Rams. I was on the developmental squad. So we had 6 linebackers. I made it as a linebacker. I was the 7th guy on the depth chart. So 7 on the depth chart. They kept 6, and I was the 7th guy. So then and I didn't even make the team as a long snapper. Keep that in your pocket for a second. So then from there, our long snapper got hurt. Tim McFadden, he's like an all-Canadian, all-star center on the offensive line. He benched almost close to 400 pounds. I think he weighed about 250 or so. So we had smaller offensive linemen back then. And he got hurt. So then he's one of our best players. And he kicked my ass. He kicked my ass in like the practice. That's why I barely made the team, because he made me look terrible. so then he ended up getting hurt. And then one time after practice, my old coach, Erwin Klempner, and Frank McChrystal were talking after practice. I remember specifically. And then Frank goes to Erwin, geez, Erwin, I sure wish we had a long snapper. And then I was right behind them. And Erwin goes, well, Mike right here can long snap. So then right there, he was like, really? So right there, I auditioned for long snapping. Keep in mind, I hadn't long snapped all season. I didn't even try out long snapping to make the Rams. So it's been quite a while, and I haven't snapped for like ever. So I don't know how I did this. But because I didn't study anybody else for snapping when I did this, I just kind of like was self-taught. The internet didn't exist back then. I was self-taught. I just tried a whole bunch of different things, how long to keep my stance, how to bend my knees, how I would grip the ball with my hand and cock my wrist and like put it back. So it's like, so I auditioned, and apparently I zipped 3 of them back on field goal with Simon Shaw. Simon Shaw wanted to do it too, but I guess he wasn't as good. I was talking to him the other day. And then, so they said, Mike, you can do it. It's like, okay. So then from there, I got to travel with the team I wouldn't have been able to travel for like 3 years with the team. So I would have basically been a linebacker because we had like such good linebacker. We had so much depth at linebacker. I wouldn't be playing for like 3 or 4 years. So then because I put my hand up in grade 10, not knowing what I'm doing, I got to travel with the Rams all for 4 years straight. We went undefeated the first year. We won the national championship the first year, 93. We won it again in 94. We won it again in 95. And then I got hurt in 96. So I just was coaching after that. And then an opportunity came up there where they needed a long snapper, a center, and a linebacker. These guys from European League in Germany came over to Canada. And just so happened, because I put my hand up to long snap, they chose me to go down to Germany to play for this semi-pro team down there, where they flew us over. It's actually Matthew's dad. Me and Matthew's dad, Scott MacAulay, went to Germany. I think it was around the year 2000. We went down. They both flew us down there. Me and Scott went. There's another guy who was supposed to go, but just me and Scott flew to Germany. This team flew us down for free. They returned flight for free. They paid us money to play. They gave us a free condo to live in. They gave us a free car, and we basically got a free European vacation to play for this team. And it's like, it was unbelievable. So again, because I put my hand up to long snap, and they gave us free access to a fitness facility, which has a story to it, but I won't say about that. Because I put my hand up to long snap, I was able to get a free trip. And then from there, because I put my hand up to long snap, I developed a lot of connections in the football industry. So I got to coach with NFL Super Bowl champs from the New England Patriots. I got paid to go do a camp down there outside Boston at Bryant College, where some of the New England Patriots were there. They had their Super Bowl wings out. Tom Brady was around the area, but he didn't show up. He was supposed to, he didn't show up. And then even a camp in Calgary, some more Super Bowl champs from the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they got me the head coach for that. So again, because I put my hand up And here's the key, guys. If you're listening to this, because I put my hand up to long snap, I was able to do all this stuff, and I didn't have a clue what I was doing. So again, with Matthew here, he's giving you guys an opportunity and an offer. He's only taking 60 guys, so you better get on it pretty quick. And it's only $25. I got like tens of thousands of dollars paid to me because I did this. And it is like he's going to give you a skill, he's going to give you an opportunity, and the earlier you start with holding these skills, the better your opportunities will if you plan on going anywhere for football. And I got my school paid for too, university, and other things that snowballed from it as well. Like they said, I could have went pro with it, but I had no aspirations to go pro, so I got to coach with pros anyway, and that was kind of fun. And yeah, so it's a special skill, and Matthew's going to teach you how to do that. Anything else to add on that? And I got to go with your dad, which is kind of cool too. We had a good time.
I think you hit the nail on the head there. Like snapping. This is a really cheap camp for help your kids develop and become a great snapper. And what you call it, universities, junior football teams. Like football teams are always looking for long snappers. So this camp could definitely help your kids crack a roster spot, play on the field, and get some looks from higher up coaches. This does help your kids a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, if you're again in elementary school with the RMF, Regina Minor Football, if you're playing at any high school level right now, again, you get the opportunity to hang out at the Regina Thunder Football Club with all-star long snapper Matthew MacAulay here. You get exposure. And then if you put your hand, you might not feel like doing it, but it's like, I didn't feel like doing it either. It's like, but if you put your hand up and you show up and you be consistent over periods of time, good things happen to you. Good things will happen to you. And yeah, long snapping, it's a thanks. It's getting more recognition than what it used to. I only got recognized when I screwed up. When I screwed up, I got recognized. But yeah, back then you didn't get recognized. They have the position. They have an all-star long snapper now, so that's good. And yeah, so it's come a long way in the sport as far as long snapping goes. And then what about the relationship you have with your kicker and your holder, Matthew? You get to build relationships with those guys too, because it's kind of like a three-way deal.
Oh, yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I thought, me and Sean Green were pretty close. Like, that guy was probably one of my best friends from the Thunder for the last 2 years. He just graduated now, so it's gonna be sad seeing him go. But yeah, me and him were like roommates every time on the road. We call it. We even coached the flag football team together too. Like, me and him had a really tight relationship. We call it every single workout. Me and him would go snap and work on placement and where he wanted it. And then Lucas
Yeah.
Diorio, our holder, this whole entire offseason, he was our new holder. So after every workout in the gym this offseason, me and Lucas Diorio would go together and work on we call it, snapping and holding nonstop. I think we did countless hours just working on it. So yeah, like us three, we got a really tight bond, I'd say, over this last year. And special teams, like you guys need to have a tight bond to be a successful unit.
Yeah, definitely. Like especially we were talking earlier on field goals. Like it's like a trinity or a three-way thing, because you got the long snapper, then you got the holder, the placeholder, and then you got the kicker, and you have to have good timing. So you got to practice it quite a bit. So it's a valuable skill not only to have in football. I know Scott and John, your leadership coach with the Thunder, they talk about developing human beings. Frank talked about developing human beings, and Gord Curry talked about developing the whole person as a football player to go out into life and business after you're done your sport, that you become, because you instill all these principles within yourself when you're playing football, and then you can go out and you can prosper after sport. So it isn't just about playing football or being a long snapper. It's about becoming a good human being and going out after you're done your football career and prospering as well. And then you're giving back. And you mentioned your coaching already, which is fabulous. And you can go coach and help other kids develop their skills too.
Yeah.
Definitely. Anything else? Did we miss anything? I think that's pretty much covers it. Down here again, it's November 7th to December 13th. How can they get a hold of you again, Matthew? How do they get a hold of you if they want
Yeah,
to?
just you can text me through Facebook or Instagram, and then my phone number is text me through text message. My phone number is 306-533-4645.
My
get
phone
in
number again.
contact.
What that phone number again? Again, 306. What is it?
533-4645.
Cool. So yeah, again, he's only taken 6 spots, you guys. We gave you all the goods about all the things that you down your road in life. If you put your hand up to do something that you might feel uncomfortable doing. So cool, Matthew. I appreciate you coming on here. I thought I'd help you out with this because when I saw you're doing long slam, he's like, yeah, I can help him with that. Definitely. I might even go there for your first one too. If you let me do that, I'd go there and just to watch you guys and see what's going on. That'd be pretty cool for your
Yeah,
first
for
one.
sure. Yeah, we can get you out for one, and you can give your story to the kids and go out work on some stuff. And yeah, for sure, we can do
Yeah,
that.
I can give away some books. I got some good books here to give away to you guys too that can help you with this. Mental is huge as well. Cool. So I guess that's it, guys. When you see this, get a hold of Matthew. I don't remember the phone number, but you have to replay this on here and he'll tell you the phone number. Get a hold of him on Instagram or Facebook. Go to Regina Thunder. Say you want to get into the long snapping football camp with Matthew MacAulay with the Thunder. You can find him here somehow. If you're watching this, just go to the Thunder, go to Matthew MacAulay's Facebook page or his Instagram page and get a hold of him somehow. Remember, he's only taken 6. He's only taken 6 people. So get in while the getting's good. And I think that's about it, Matthew. Hey, cool. Happy Halloween tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, cool, Matthew.
Have a good one.
Appreciate it. See you guys later. Right on.
Yep. Yep. Bye.
See ya.